Alright, good morning, everybody, man. It's your boy Xico, man. We're about to do another podcast, man. It's been a while. Well, today's date is August 24th. I think the last time I did a podcast must have been at the end of July. So yeah, it's been a while. Um, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be lazy. Sometimes people be at my house, and I feel self-conscious about talking to myself on a microphone. But yeah. Anyway, speaking of people being at places, I was at work, talking to one of my coworkers, and we had a nice conversation about well, he's like a really smart man about life, and he gives me a lot of great advice. And we were talking about being conscious of your decisions, because a lot of people are not conscious of their decisions. They're just going through life without really thinking, or without really really thinking and putting into thought about the stuff they're doing. Because, like, for example, you have people that are like older, maybe like 30s or 40s, and this is I'm not trying to be mean, but some people are a little bit on the heavier side, you know what I mean? So these people, they probably look at themselves like, damn, how the fuck did I end up like this, because at one point they were like skinny or normal weight, or not normal, but average weight, healthy weight, and then one day, and then like fast forward to like 30, and then they gain a lot of weight. And I'm sure they ask themselves, why did this happen? How did this happen? How did my life come to this, But the thing is, though, they're not thinking about their decisions, because nobody gets to that weight by no reason, It's because of certain actions, Like, every day they go out to eat fast food, If you're eating fast food all day, you're going to start gaining calories, Every day they might be drinking sodas every day. Every meal that they eat, they might have a can of Sprite, can of Coke, can of Dr. Pepper, can of Dr. Pibb, you know about that, can of Shasta Cola, and because of that, it starts adding up, and I wouldn't doubt it if these people, I'm not like trying to shade nobody, by the way. I'm just giving an example, just if you think I'm talking about somebody, no. It's just this is how things go, but yeah, if those are your decisions every day, every day we make decisions, and one of the decisions we make every day is what we want to eat, or what we want to put into our body. And if you're not conscious about what you're putting into your body, it's going to start adding up, and it can either add up in a good way, and that you're putting good things into your body, and you feel good, your body's looking good, all that. Or you might be subconsciously not even thinking about it, and you're just eating whatever you like, I love this food, this tastes good, this, and then you eat it, and the next thing you know, it starts adding up, and 10 years later, you're a little bit round, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to be mean, okay? Don't cancel me, all right? I'm just saying shit, okay? But yeah, you know what I mean? So that's why you gotta be conscious of your decisions, man. Like me, I'm a lot more conscious about what I eat, because I'm starting to feel it now. Because when I used to eat a lot of fast food, but now I'm starting to feel shitty, Like I'm still young, but when I was younger, even younger, I could eat as much fast food as I want and not feel great, But now I'm starting to feel it, and it makes me feel like shit, slow, sluggish, and all that, So I'm consciously, when I'm picking out what to eat, I'm making sure I have some vegetables in it, making sure I got some nice nutrients, some greenery, and stuff like that. And yeah, and then now I feel better, It took me some time to get back in the groove of eating good, but once I got back in the groove, I started feeling good, you know what I mean? And yeah, that applies to all your decisions, We're all making decisions. Most of them, we don't really have to think. Like, let's say you want to brush your teeth, you just do it, But like, other things are affecting your life, man. Like, people, I've seen this happen where, like, older people are not happy with their life, and then they, they reach a certain age, so let's just throw out a number like 40, and then they're like, damn, I'm 40, I don't got no girl, I don't got a lot of friends, I got a shitty ass job. How the fuck I end up here, you know? That happens to a lot of people. But the thing is because you're not conscious of your decision, man, you know? Like, if you're like wondering why don't I got friends, stuff like that, well, reflect and think about how you treat people, how you act towards people, you know? You're probably an asshole. I'm just being honest, you know? If you're like 40 and you don't got no friends, I hate to say it, but you're probably not a good person. Because how do you become 40 and have no friends? It's because no one wants to be around you, all right, for a certain reason. Because if you're a happy dude, if you're a funny dude, if you're just a pleasant person, people want to be around you, you know? They want to talk to you, they want to do all this. But if you're a Debbie Downer, a sad person all the time, being negative, if you're always gossiping, talking shit about people, no one's going to want to be around you, you know? So that's another thing. Be conscious of how you act towards people, you know? Because maybe right now you're being an asshole and stuff. You don't really see the results of your actions until slowly but surely people start distancing themselves from you, you know? And slowly you're gonna lose people in your life until years later you're all alone because you're a fucking asshole, you know what I mean? Also, like, where you want to be in life, you know? I think some people like reach a certain age and they're like, what the fuck, I'm not doing shit with my life. Well, you weren't doing shit with your life your whole life. What the fuck are you talking about, you know? Like, if you are always thinking about the future, you always like are making, because for me, for example, right, I'm always thinking about my future and what type of life I want, you know? I want a nice family, I want a nice career, I want to be financially stable, have freedom, all that, you know? So right now I'm young, so I'm making the right decisions so that when I'm older, I don't end up a fucking, you know, a fuck up or something. Not trying to be mean. I don't know if that came off mean, but yeah. So I'm like financially wise, you know, I want to be financially good in the future. So I'm consciously thinking about how I spend my money. Okay, I'm not just buying a bunch of shit all the time. I'm not going out to eat all the time. You know, I'm consciously trying to save my money, stack it up, invest it, do all this stuff, because in the future I want to be financially stable. Okay, so you know, I used to go out and eat all the time, but now I'm like, okay, if I started like writing down in the journal how much I spend in a day, and that made me more conscious of how much I'm spending. I'm like, oh shit, I'm spending this much today, and then tomorrow I'm spending this. Like, I look back on the week, I'm like, oh shit, Sunday I spent this much, Wednesday I spent this much. God damn, you know. So that made me more conscious of my decisions. I became conscious to how much I'm spending every day, you know. And I think some people aren't really conscious about how much you're spending, you know, like they always want to go get their Starbucks or something. They always want to buy this type of clothing, but it adds up. And over time, you realize you spent this much on that money. And it keeps adding up, right? And then 10 years down the line, it's going to show for real. It's going to compound. Your actions are going to start compounding. The little day-to-day stuff starts compounding. And then next thing you know, you're like, fuck, I spent that much money these past 10 years. I could put all my money into fucking Bitcoin or something, you know, and made a lot more money in these past 10 years, you know. So that's another thing. And also the way I talk and act towards people, I learned that the hard way, personally, because I used to be very rude, and not I wouldn't think about what I'm saying and what it might come off as, you know, or my tone and all this. And because of that, I realize now that you know, people started distancing themselves from me, and I had less and less people in my life because I was a fucking asshole, even though I wasn't trying to be, you know, because I wasn't thinking about my actions, my decisions, and what I say. So after I came to that realization, I became conscious of how I talk now, how I might come off, you know. I realized that I might be monotone, so I try to change the pitch in my voice so it doesn't, if I'm making a joke, I'm not just saying it deadpan. People think I'm an asshole, you know. I'm like, I got throw some flavor in my voice, you know, so people know I'm joking, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just saying, you know, there's so many things that you do every day. And I think people just do it without thinking to make it a habit, you know. But you gotta like really think about what you're doing, okay? Because time's gonna go by, years gonna go by, and the results of what your decisions or the results of your decisions today are gonna show up years later. And I want everybody to have results that make them happy and satisfied. Okay, so that's my little tidbit right there, man. Be conscious of your decisions. All right, be conscious. Anyway, it feels good to be back. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks for taking time out your day to listen to me ramble a bit. Appreciate it, man. Anyway, you can find me on everywhere. I'm on Instagram. My name's Xico Munoz. I'm on Twitter, Xico2. I'm on TikTok, Xico Story. I'm on YouTube, Xico Story. I'm on Spotify, Xico Story. Anywhere you get your podcast audio platform, I'm on there, man. Check me out, okay? Everything is in the description. Anyway, thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this. Appreciate it. Goodbye.